First of all, you don't know me.
We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, drama girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with us, girl. Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens.
Look at this, just like Ryan Seacrest, Madonna, or Beyonce. He goes by one name on Zoom, and it is Colletti.
You all have one name. What's up, you beautiful faces? How are you?
Hey, cutie pie.
Good
What
to
you
see you
doing?
guys.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, buddy, it's so good to have you. I know we've been trying to make this happen for ages, but so thrilled to have you on. I will say personally, because this is a question I have for you that we'll circle back to, but because I'm curious how much of the show you remember, because my experience, I remember so little of the show, and watching you in it has been a delight. You're so fun and funny and likable on the show, and such a necessary ingredient in the stew that is One Tree Hill. And that I had no idea of. I think I had a clue because we got to do an occasional trick scene together. But now that I'm actually watching it as a viewer, I'm like, oh, geez Louise. And I'm like watching my buddy, and I'm watching my buddy do great, which is just the best feeling. So yeah, you're fantastic in the show, man.
Oh, you are way too kind. Way too kind. It was a steep hill to climb with all you guys. Watching the show and seeing you guys all on it, I was just admiring your guys' work. So I appreciate the kind words. But, we had to quickly catch up. I feel like dropping into this show in season 4, thankfully Sophia was there to guide me along the way and help lift me up and to be able to still be standing there in season 9 and be around was a delight and something that I am very proud of and have always cherished. I always wanted to continue to work on the show and do a little bit more and hope to do more and hope to get out from behind the bar eventually once we were the bartender there. And in those last couple seasons, we get to have a little fun. Although it was kind of like, be careful what you wish for, because it was like from out from behind the bar and right into a bed. I feel like all these scenes with Chase and Alex are just in the bed, rolled around. I don't know if I've seen anything else. Thankfully, you get a little bit of a breath of fresh air from that with hanging out with Chuck. But it's funny. I feel like watching the first couple episodes of season 9, it's a lot of action in the bed.
I thought you were going to take it even further and say you went from cool bar to crowbar, because isn't that what we get teased in the first episode? Isn't it a crowbar that you do your dirty work with?
It is. It was like I think it was a tire iron. Very violent tool there. But hey, he deserved it, right? That's what I'm going with.
So how much of the show do you remember?
Oh man, there's a lot that bleeds together. I did find myself skipping around in season 8 and consulting some info online exactly where we were at the end of season 8, going into season 9.
Yeah.
What happened in Chase's life there. So, it's been so long now. There's a lot that I don't remember. To sit here, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and think that like I can recite every episode and tell you exactly what happened in Chase's arc through all the seasons. I would not be able to do that. I would fail miserably. But it is a joy when you go and check it out and see the different seasons where he was at, to see the journey really. And, I always feel, so fortunate I was able to hang around the amount of seasons that I did. And as I was saying earlier, just play a little bit more and get a little bit more chew on towards those later seasons, and then really have some fun arcs in seasons 8 and 9 there. So very, very proud of that. Especially considering where we started, Sophia. I mean, think about back in season 4 when I jumped in, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so green. I was 20 years old and just getting started, just hoping that you guys would accept me on your set. But you guys did with open arms. And I'm always grateful for that.
Of course. Oh, it was so fun. And I think, we were just talking about this because we just watched the first episode of season 9 last week. And you are so fun to watch.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
And I don't know if it's the sort of like senioritis that hits. You know you're almost to the finish line, so you get really emo and you start reflecting. And I was thinking about it, watching you and Jana and talking to Rob about just how freaking enjoyable you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about season 4 and the fact that you came in so eager to learn and hang, and you were such a great friend, such a great addition to the greater friend group immediately. And I don't know, it's like, it's so cool to watch you across these 5 years of the show, the way that you grew as an actor, the way that you could, I can see your technical proficiency, knowing how to work with the camera crew and all the stuff that on any of our first seasons on a TV show, we had no idea how to do. And I don't know, I almost feel parental about all of us, myself included, watching us in season 9. I'm like, look at our kiddos. They're so great. And I don't know, it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we do so many seasons and so many episodes, but I had, the best opportunity to learn. You can only learn so much sitting in acting classes in LA, where the coaches are just trying to keep you around for as long as possible. So they'll teach you anything that they think that you'll just absorb. But to really be able to sink your teeth into stuff and figure out who you are as a performer, you got to be on set, and you got to fall on your face there and learn things, and also learn from people that are booking, like all you guys, some very talented folks. And working with you in that season, and that, getting a chance to see Rob's work as well, and live with Rob and see him, whether we're doing auditions together behind the scenes there, or just seeing him work when he came on the show. I mean, talk about a breath of fresh air and just an incredible light in the room. I mean, Rob, everything that you brought to the show, and the fact that it's interesting, you've got there's a lot of heavy stuff, and there's drama, of course, in this show, but just who you are, off camera, and how funny you are, and such delight. So I had so much fun being able to get the best of both worlds with you guys there, as on the professional side and on the personal side. We really had a lot of fun on our little One Tree Hill Island out there in Wilmington and Wrightsville Beach. So I'm very, very grateful for that, and I definitely cherish all those memories.
It was so great. Wait, you just dropped a little nugget that I want to expand on, because this is a question we got from a lot of the fans knowing you were coming in today. They all want to understand more about the, transition between filming reality and then coming to scripted. But there's also so many people that want to know if you always wanted to act even before you did Laguna Beach. So take us back to how this all shaped up before you came to join us.
Well, you have to go back. In middle school, I was doing a little bit of theater, doing some plays, and I enjoyed it. And I was honestly too insecure to pursue it. I was nervous about how my friends would judge me. It was supposed to be about sports, athletics, and telling my parents that I would, like to go get some headshots taken and maybe go up to LA and see if I can audition was just not going to happen. So that was a personal secret. But I always knew I wanted to be in entertainment. And I thought maybe I'd land on the sports side. I thought maybe sports broadcasting, something, I grew up watching the sports centers and been like, I'd love to be an anchor, and where they had a little fun with some creativity in the way that they distributed highlights. It wasn't just like, monotone. They were very creative in it. So, Laguna was that kind of opportunity to dip into the entertainment world. And what I loved about it, even looking back and having watched the show, is the way that they shot it. They shot it like a drama, and unlike a lot of the scripted show or unscripted shows you see today, where they have their confessionals and whatnot. They really wanted to kind of add a little mystery to it and keep it long lensed and not have us speak to the camera ever. And so in shooting that, being in production, the camaraderie of people coming together to make something, creativity involved in that, it just really started to suck me. And then, the further I got with it, taking acting classes and stuff and getting little gigs here and there, it really just caught the bug more and more. And, really going onto your set in season 4 there was really like, this is kind of like what I've been dreaming about. This is the kind of perfect job. I love being out here. It's just so different from where I grew up. Everyone's focused on the show, and we're all coming together to make this thing. And there was a lot of fun being had, outside the show as well. We were all such kids when we got out there that, we all wanted to hang out and have fun. And so it really was this amazing journey of being able to kind of see along the way, like, all right, I think this is something that I'm interested in, and let's continue to take these steps, and let's see how we can handle, taking that first step onto that set in season 4 was a big one. And like, all right, how would I handle, how would the work that I think I know I can do translate? And sure, there was some trial and error, and there's a lot of growing pains and things that I needed to learn, but I knew that like this is something that I'm really interested in, so I want to continue to do it.
You've done Laguna Beach, right? Had you done much between Laguna Beach and One Tree Hill?
So I actually worked on a film with Hilarie. We didn't work in any scenes together, but we did, meet there on set. It was a little film called Normal Adolescent Behavior, and I think they wound up selling it as Havoc 2, which the first Havoc, Anne Hathaway, I think Channing did. Yeah. So I think whoever bought it wound up selling it under that name. But it was just a cool little artsy indie film, had a great cast, and I had a little role in it. And that was such, like, I'll never forget where I was when I booked that job, because I'd been, after Laguna, and there was a lot of attention that came from that show. I was very uncomfortable about it. Obviously excited about the opportunities that it was presenting me within the industry, but knew that, like, all right, this is a silly reality show about like teenagers, like, being idiots. Like, this is not something that, I'm going to be super proud of, at the end of the day. So, to be able to do work and find myself hopefully on a set like your guys', I knew I had to kind of buckle down and study and try to, be selective about opportunities. And so I was, and said no to any other reality shows, and was like, let's try to get scripted in it. And this movie was the first one, and we shot it in Providence. And I remember Hilarie, we were in one of the transpo vans, and she was talking about this show that she's working on, and what it's like down there in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I was like, man, that sounds freaking awesome. And I, of course, was familiar with the show, but just the way that she was talking about it, I was like, that sounds like a great gig. So when the opportunity first presented itself to audition for the show, I was super excited. Like, this would be a dream job.
Oh, that's so fun. Did you, because you'd worked with her, you got to jog my memory. I don't remember the details. Did you ever watch the show, or did you have to try to catch up on the show once you were going to audition for it?
Yeah, I had seen a little bit of the show, but I never sat down to watch a full episode until I was auditioning for the show. I was actually working on TRL, again, another weird connection that Hilarie and I, we didn't do it together, but we both did TRL. There was an episode where I believe Chad was there. I didn't interview him, but we were just there in the studio together. And then that night I went home to my hotel, and I just flipped on the TV, and the first thing that came on was an episode of One Tree Hill.
Wow.
And so I watched that episode. I was like, oh man, what a cool show. And again, it's just one of those things, they kept kind of following me around. It was like, that would be interesting. So when I got the audition, I watched what I could find. Back then, of course, there's, unless you went up to the store, bought some DVDs, you weren't going to be able to get it on demand or anything like that.
That's so crazy.
So I would call my friends who I know who watched the show, who were fans of the show, and talk to them about it. And then I think I got my hands on some tape from, my agent was able to get some episodes for me, and I was watching it.
Wow.
So that's how I kind of got first introduced to the show. And then once I found out that was going to go on, then it was like, all right, buy the DVDs and we got to watch everything.
Wow, what a trip. Like, the pixie dust in the air of like you and her doing the movie together, you and Chad being on TRL at the same time. You get, finding it on TV. It's like, were you aware at the time that there was obviously something pulling you in our direction?
I'm looking back on it and hearing you say that, I do feel, I believe that. And I think that it's one of those things where the universe is giving you the signs, and I'm always looking kind of for those green lights, and while sometimes it might take a little while to get the actual green light, there's something that's like kind of this rock that's like someone's throwing a little stone at your window, or something's hitting you in the head. And I've always said, actually, the thing about even doing Laguna Beach was one of those moments, because to my point earlier about doing some plays in middle school, but wouldn't be caught dead telling anybody that I wanted to do acting. I shouldn't have ever signed up to do Laguna Beach. Like, it was going to be social suicide within my friend group. And in a way it was.
the fact that you were like, I don't want 200 kids in my high school to judge me and like the 40 friends of mine. And then you're like, instead, I'm going to do a reality show that is going to be a worldwide phenomenon. Like
100%. You're right. Yeah. What an idiot. But I was convinced when we were shooting that show that it was going to end up in a box somewhere. We were not actually going to air on MTV. There's no way we were going to be interesting. Like how naive I was. There was no way. There was nothing they were going to find interesting about us. So yeah, but that was that moment where I was at the end of high school and you're kind of like, screw it. Like, I chose a college where I knew no one else from my school was going to. You're ready to really broaden your horizons. And it was an effort moment for me. Like, let's do this. And it was felt like it was something that was calling me because I did want to work in entertainment. And I also, I talked about maybe sports broadcasting, but watching Carson Daly, TRL, also something that interests me a lot growing up, watching that show. So it's, that pulled. And then, again, when the audition came, it's one of those moments where, when you get that audition and as soon as it hits and you read a little bit about it, you're like, I really, really want to get this one. It feels like this is a great fit if everything can align. Like I'm on board 100%. Hopefully that energy is shared on the other end. But we get a lot of auditions and different things, come across our desks, but there are only a few where you get really, really excited. And as soon as that popped up in my email, I was like, this has to be it. And by the way, that first audition I did not book it. But I was told right after, like, this role isn't right for you, but there might be something soon after. So I was like, oh shoot, that's exciting. We did not book it, but we might get on at some other point. So
next best thing, man.
How did you feel about the clean teen storyline?
I still hold a little piece of the clean teens with me today.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to let go all these years later.
For those of you just listening, Steven has been wearing a wonderful black button-up shirt that he just unbuttoned like Clark Kent to reveal a clean teen shirt.
Oh yeah,
not a joke. Go to YouTube to check it out. That, I got to tell you, we didn't know that was going to happen. You waited like 30 minutes to do that. Good job.
It's, every Thursday is my clean teen day.
I love it.
On Thursdays, we clean teen. Dude, a funny side story. I don't know if I ever told you this, but before either of us ever did One Tree Hill, I remember pulling up to an audition for an indie. And as I was looking for a parking space, seeing you out front, like reading lines for it and recognizing you and having that moment of like, what's he doing here? Like, he's already had his turn. Is he even, look at him taking it seriously, reading
he's on
his
that reality show.
It was just so clearly like fear and jealousy and insecurity. But I remember just being like, oh man, like, he's probably going to get it. And then like cut to, we were on the same show a couple of years later, but I'll never forget like just randomly seeing you like tucked away by a bush, reading your lines and going, damn it, you've already had your turn. Let someone else go.
Thanks for saying, what's up, man? Thanks for saying hi.
I know.
Gosh.
I was just too insecure back then. So when you, hold on. So you did not audition for the role of Chase?
No, and I don't know. I don't remember the role, and I don't know.
Yeah.
How long after you auditioned and didn't quite get it, did it take for them? Did they call you and have you audition for Chase, or did they just call you and go, "This is the other thing we got for you"?
They called me and had me audition for Chase. And it was, oh man, and maybe it was something early in season 4 because I don't remember it being that long. It wasn't like a full like year and a half or so. It was. Maybe they already knew. Maybe they knew that Chase was coming down the pipeline, and they're like, "Oh, he would be better for this." I don't remember exactly how that played out, and I really wish I could tell you what that original character was that I went out for. But I remember it being not too far out, so I would have to say it was within the same season. And I know I popped in season 12, so maybe it was something in the earlier episodes.
Oh, fans, in the comment section, light it up. Let us know who you think it was he auditioned for, because Soph and I are drawing a blank right now.
I can't think.
I have no idea.
Okay, it's things we do remember, because clearly we have no idea who you auditioned for first. But looking back on it, a bunch of people wanted to know what storyline of Chase's was your favorite.
I really liked the storyline with Chuck and Chase.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool cool run for the two of them, and Chase taking on that role for him, and then offering another perspective outside of those kind of relationships and just being in the bar, being an older brother to him, and kind of I felt like Chase is a lot. He's sitting at the bar, he's giving advice to folks. People are coming in, and maybe he'll offer his 2 cents here and there, but to actually kind of get out from behind the bar and be able to help mentor this kid in a way, and just be there for him. I had a lot of fun with it, and I really enjoyed working with Michael May. It was at first this almost like a test. It was like, all right, he's very fun on set, wants to throw the ball around, wants to play around, and I'm at that point where I'm like, all right, I got to come in focused, nothing, no distractions, just the task at hand. Let's just try to get the good scene down and go about our day. And he's like, hey man, like, can we toss the ball around, like play tag, should we hide and go seek, run around the house? And I'm like, you're awesome, but I'm like, hey man, like, I'm trying to like stay focused for our scene. So it taught me something too. It was also kind of like a playful, I learned a lot from him. It's like to still have that, playful enthusiasm on set, because I took it so seriously because I really did not want to screw up. And, I would be sometimes very intense on set, not like in a way that I was, yelling at anybody, but I just kind of was isolated in my corner and, really just trying to stay locked in. And it's like, hey, first of all, you're like a C storyline here. Like, let's calm down. You're not carrying the show the way that Soph and Rob are. So like, you just got to have some fun with it. And he allowed me to loosen up a little bit, and so it was cool. We kind of taught each other stuff on set, and I just thought it was really cool, the relationship between Chase and Skolnick,
Really?
Chuck Skolnick.
There are 2 listener questions that blew my mind because both of them had spoilers for me. One about you in real life and one about Chase. I want to start with the Chase one, okay?
Thank you.
It is, who do you think Chase was best paired with? Alex, Mia, or gasp, Brooke?
Oh my God, because you didn't know about high school.
Because I've never seen seasons 1 through like 6, basically.
Wait.
So
Before
funny.
Steven answers, Steven, maybe the funniest thing that's happened to us on this podcast, because, we thought season 8 was going to be it. So as we think the whole show's going to wrap up, there's an episode with all these flashbacks from earlier seasons. And the whole time Rob's like, what? What happened? I thought, he's losing his shit because he never saw any of it. And it didn't even occur to me until this moment that you did not know that Brooke was Chase's first one tree.
Yep.
That was, I was today years old when, as the kids say, when I just discovered that. That blew my mind. So wait, hold on. Were you guys like a proper item? What was going on?
Yes.
Oh, it was serious. Oh yeah. We
were
met
serious.
in the clean teens, even though Brooke was, she wasn't exactly.
Brooke decided to be a born again virgin.
Nice rebranding. Love that
Thank
for you,
you.
B. Davis.
Thank you.
Yeah, just quick update. The shirt that I'm wearing, the one here, we'll display it one more time. This is great podcasting. Clean teens, and then on the back, I'll give you the full.
Oh, come
effect.
on, take it off.
I'll give you the full
Yes.
effect.
People at home are probably like, what's
YouTube
going
audiences. Virgin for can you
Life.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
That's
So
wonderful.
that's where we met.
Yeah.
That's where Chase and Brooke met. And Brooke was a bit naughty. Was she corrupting Chase?
Yeah, a little. But by the way, so this really goes deep, and the fans who have watched the behind the scenes content will know. But Rob, there was a night near the end of season 4. The kids maybe it was the end episode because it was like graduation party or something. But Chase and Brooke are in the back of a car, and Steven's supposed to pull his shirt off, and I'm supposed to pull my shirt off, and it's like a gag about a bra that I'm wearing. And Steven pulls his shirt off in one take and is wearing the same bra. And when I tell you, every single person who could see us camera ops, sound, everybody lost it. And it made the like blooper reel that year. It was so funny.
Yep. That's what I was thinking of wearing the shirt under this.
Yeah.
Is a little bit of a callback to that.
It's a nice
moment.
callback for us. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to go with Chase's first there. Back to your guys' question about, who Chase was. I mean, was it who I wish he ended up with, or what was the exact?
The exact question was, who do you think Chase was best paired with?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a complicated question.
Don't fuck up, Steven.
Yeah.
I know. And
The
I want
entire
to,
world's
first of
listening.
all, I want to take a moment to say that I get a lot of questions about, like, would Chase or would you prefer Chase to be with Alex or Mia? And I've kind of thrown an answer out there, but I didn't really truly, and Alex would, or Janet would tell me, she was like, I hear that you've like kind of thrown out Mia's name a little bit, and it's kind of bumps me out. And I was like, you know what? I'm so sorry. I didn't really even think about that. I was like, I kind of just gave a reason of like, well, she's a musician, so, they could kind of sit on a porch, later in life, and, she could be playing music, and that kind of sounds like that sounds really nice.
Meanwhile, the other girl that you didn't choose was also a musician who could have played
By the
music
way,
for you on
she
the
also
porch.
turns into, she becomes a musician as well. Chase loses both girls to tours. What this guy is out kicking his coverage big time.
Alert. Jeez Louise.
But I was giving that answer and not
So
I'm
sorry, what
realizing
was
that,
the answer that you had a lean towards Alex?
Yeah, well, no, I was leaning towards Mia based off of that.
Hence Jana's disappointment. Okay.
Right.
Not
okay.
fair. Yes, not fair to Jana. I think there is a lot of great things that happened between Chase and Alex. I think it did end very abruptly. No spoilers here, but or spoilers just a little bit. I guess we see. Well, you'll see in the next episode. But long story short, can you see I'm like backpedaling here? Clearly, I'm like, all right, I've screwed this up before, so I want to be very
running
careful.
for office. It's okay if you upset a few people here, Stephen.
I want to be careful about how I answer this.
We're all traumatized by the comment sections, clearly.
Get him, trolls.
I honestly, besides the kind of like half-baked answer that I'd give before about, Chase and Mia sitting on a porch and her, playing music, I really think that both of them were great for Chase. I see great things about them both. As far as Brooke goes, that was in high school. That was a long time ago. So,
we were babies.
Exactly. So everyone gets, you grow up and you're wiser, you're more mature, and it's a different human, if you will. So I would say you would narrow it down to Chase's arcs there with Mia and Alex, and I think both are worthy candidates. I don't have not one. One doesn't stick out. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I love it.
By the way, when I was saying like there's things I forgot, I had zero recollection. I thought the whole time it was Chase and Mia, whole time. So all of a sudden, when Chase and Alex start becoming a thing, I was like, I was saying this last season when we watched the show. I'm like, I don't remember this, and I'm sure it's going to be very short-lived, but this is a great little thing happening here.
Mm-hmm.
And cut to now, it's been going on for so long. I don't know how. My brain had just forgotten it, but it's a really fun relationship.
Yeah.
It's great to watch.
And watching some of it, I was texting Janet and saying, hey, I'm watching some of the stuff. You're really, really great in the show, and give her a lot of credit. I had a lot of fun shooting those scenes with her. She brings great energy to set, and she's a great actress. So it was a lot of fun working with her. Rob, I knew you'd appreciate this story, so I want to share back to the scene where Chase and Brooke are in the back of the car, and I was wearing this bra as a little gag to try to, try to calm at least more probably tension for me. I don't think so if I had any tension, but it was like, their big first scene, I think, kind of getting hot and heavy. It was like, all right, I want to try to like, keep it relaxed, so we'll do a little bit of a gag here. But as we were getting ready to roll, this fog rolled in to set. We were shooting outside. The car was like parked in like a forest somewhere, so we had to hold shooting for like 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm sitting there walking around in a bra and trying to kind of hold it from Soph, and like we're kind of catching up and talking, and didn't want her to see anything, so I'm kind of just acting weird. But I had to walk around set for what I thought was going to be about 10 minutes and then pull the thing off, redo the scene. But I walked around for a good like hour and a half, 2 hours in a bra on set. So there's a little behind the scenes on that story.
You've walked a mile in the ladies' shoes now.
This is one of the things I love about you. You commit to a bit.
Yep.
There you
You
go.
saw the value. You knew it was a good bit, and you just hung in there. Okay, we got to wrap this up in a moment. But
We do.
here's the other question that, again, I was like, wait a second, what? Samantha asked, what Traitors tea can you spill?
Yeah.
Are you on the current season of Traitors or something?
Hello,
Oh, what can
Rob.
I
I'm
say?
listen, hey, I got 2 kids under the age of 4. I'm in it. Okay. I have no idea what's happening. Is Taylor Swift still cool? I'm so out of touch, guys. So Steve and I apologize.
Yes.
No worries.
Please, are you on this show? Obviously you are, right?
Yes. Season 4 of Traitors. I just like, what can I say? And I'm not kidding. Like, I don't know what I can say. We're very tight-lipped over here. It's coming out, I believe, next year, early part of next year. I don't have dates yet, but yeah, season 4 of Traitors. I love the show. I'm a fan of the show. I'm so glad I got to be a part of it. And yeah, super excited for folks to see it.
Did you have fun?
Yes, absolutely. Absolute blast. It's an intense game. And I knew that going in, and knew it was going to be a challenge, but we wanted to step into it and see how we would handle. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Who's we?
Well, me. Just
Oh, you. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't certain if, yeah. You had a partner.
me,
in
myself,
this.
and I.
Yeah. You and the mouse in your pocket. That's so cool. Well, listen, now Traitors has a new viewer because of you telling me that, because that's awesome. I've heard about the show. I've never got a chance to watch, but
It's a great show, man. It's hosted by Alan Cumming, who is
Greatest of all
fantastic.
Wonderful.
And he is phenomenal. Seeing him work was great, because he kind of plays this character where we're in his castle and he's hosting us for this murder mystery. So, yeah, he's phenomenal. Yeah, go back and watch the last couple seasons on Peacock, and I think you'll dig the show.
Get your Peacock subscriptions ready, everybody.
Can't wait.
Oh, Stephen Colletti's on Traitors.
Hey.
Well, buddy, thank you so much for making the time to do this and let us ask you a bajillion questions.
100%. It's great to see your
Best.
guys' faces and chat and yeah. Thanks for having me.
We
Love
ya.
you, buddy.
All right, guys.
Hey, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to leave us a review. You can also follow us on Instagram at DramaQueensOTH.
Or email us at dramaqueens@iheartradio.com.
See you next time. We're all about that high school drama girl, all about them high school queens. We'll take you for a ride in our comic girl, cheering for the right team. Drama queens, smart girl, rough girl, fashion but you're tough girl. You could sit with us, girl. Drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens, drama queens.